Hey yarn friends, it's me Kayla. Just thank you for clicking on this video. I wanted to share something with y'all. My heart is broken. I haven't shared this on Facebook because I'm just so heartbroken that I really just can't share it right now. And honestly, it would just be hard on me for everybody saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I know that you're sorry. And I'm not looking for, I'm sorry's in the comment here on this video. I'm just sharing this here with y'all because I know that y'all make comments on this topic and y'all ask about this. And so I wanted to just let y'all know. And also, I'm not showing my face in this video because there's no way I can make this video without crying, tearing up, and making some ugly faces. So, this video is about Sophia. Y'all know Sophia lived here on my desk. For the last 7 years, she's lived here on my desk and just been here with me every day. The other morning, Sophia was fine. We got up. She went outside and potty and came back in. She ate, and she slept here on my desk a little while. And I'm sorry, that's Django whining. Hush, Django boy. And then, I don't know, she wanted to go back outside. So, and usually after she does eat, a little while later, she'll have to go outside to poo-poo. And so I took her and put her outside, and I stood in the doorway, and she ran out there and she did her business. And she came running back in, ran into the kitchen to eat some of the other dog's kibble because, hers wasn't enough. She has a special food. She has a soft food, and they have harder kibble food. So she went in there to get a few pieces of their food and eat it. And then she came back in here to me and put her little front paws up on my legs. So I picked her up and put her up here on my desk. And she got over in her bed and went to sleep. And she slept for a little while. And I was on the phone with my friend Angela. And then all of a sudden, Sophia kind of sat up, but not fully all the way. She just sat up a little bit, and she was kind of shaking some. And she came towards me like she wanted me to pick her up. Django, hush boy. And so I picked her up. And she was shaking, but as she was coming to me, she seemed like she was kind of wobbly. And I picked her up, and she was just shaking, and I was just like, it's okay, Sophia, and I was petting her. And I just put her back on my desk just to see how she would do. And she was just stumbling around. And I told Angela, I said, something's wrong with Sophia, she's shaking. And she's acting real stumbly and everything. And so I said, let me get Dakota to come in here and see what's wrong with her. And so I hung up with Angela and I called for Dakota to come. And by the time he got in here, she was shaking pretty bad. And she just continued to shake and was foaming at the mouth and throwing up. And it was just so, so very sad. Oh, it was horrible. So we were getting dressed, ready to take her to the vet. Everybody was trying to get clothes on so we could take her to the vet because we definitely had on pajamas. And we, were in the process of taking her, and she had seized for over an hour. And then she passed away. She didn't make it. Her body temperature went up super high. And she just never quit jerking and seizing. And that lasted for over an hour until she passed away. And it was just so, so very sad. I can't even tell you how heartbroken I am. I held her the whole time. Dakota held her while I went to go potty a time or two. And then Jody held her a little bit too, just to see if he could calm her down or anything. Elijah wasn't here, he was at work. But I held her and told her I loved her. Told her, it's okay. And She always loved for me to say, she always loved for me to tell her that she was Mama's baby girl. She would get so happy and tickled when I would say, so I was telling her that she was Mama's baby girl and how much I loved her. And when she passed away, my husband took her outside and he held her for a long time. He held her for about 30 minutes outside, and he came back in and told Dakota to go bury her. So we wrapped her up good and got her ready to be buried. And Dakota went and dug her a little grave out by our barn and buried her out there. And I've cried continuously since then. I've just been heartbroken. I had Sophia for 7 years. She lived right here in the corner of my desk. She was, a big part of my life. She done everything with me. She went everywhere with me. I adopted Sophia in 2012 from the animal shelter. I had went looking for, I had seen on Facebook actually that they had some little Chihuahua puppies. And looking at the pictures, I saw one was a runt, and so I went to go adopt that puppy. So we got there and we're looking at the little runt. It was solid white, and it was really cute, but it was super young. And then Sophia was in a cage about 2 cages down, and she was just barking her head off, and she was so tiny. She was only 3 pounds. And so I told Dakota, I was like, oh, pick her up, get her out and pick her up, and let's talk to her. So Dakota got her out, we looked at her, and she hushed barking while we were holding her and everything. And then I had went to get that little puppy, so we put her back in the cage, and we were going to leave out with the little puppy, and she was in that kennel cage, whatever, a couple of cages down, and she was just barking so hard and so loud, like, you're not going to leave me here, don't leave me, please don't leave me. I mean, that's what I heard. And so I said, Dakota, I can't leave her, she wants to go with us. And so he got her out, and Elijah was there too. He put the other little baby Chihuahua up, and we held Sophia and talked to her for a minute, and I was like, okay, I'm getting her. And I also thought she's older, I wouldn't have to potty train. It was a win-win situation. And so we got her, and I went in to do the adoption fee, like at our shelter. You go in and look at the pups and pick which one you want or whatever, and then you go into the office. So I went into the office, and Dakota was sitting outside in the foyer-way with her, and one of the guys that worked there said, do you want me to give her a bath for you? And I was like, yes, please. So he gave her a bath, and she had this humongous bell hanging on around her neck. Like the bell was bigger than her head, but that's the way they had found her. The shelter did, was she was running down the road with this big old bell around her neck. So the guy gave her a bath, and anyway, I went into the office to fill out the paperwork and to pay and all that. And I told the gentleman which dog we had picked, and he said, she let you pick her up? And I was like, yeah. He said, she didn't bite you? And I was like, no. And he was like, you sure you want her? And I was like, yes. And he's like, okay. So he filled out the paperwork, with me, and we adopted her. Instantly, she attached to me, instantly, right away. That day, we had stopped at somewhere else for me to run in a store, and she was going to stay in the van with Dakota. She started screaming when I got out of that van, and as I was walking into that store, I could hear her screaming, wanting me to come back and get her. I mean, that's how quick she attached to me. So, yeah, she had a good life. She was super, super spoiled. I love that dog to death. She slept with me. She'd sleep between me and my husband. Actually, when I'd get in the bed, she would lay between us, right where his hand would lay, and he would pet her until he fell asleep, and then she would get up and come up to get under my pillow for my hand to be under my pillow and on her all night long to pet her. So at night, if I was comfortable already and she would come up there, and if I didn't move to let her under my pillow, she would growl. And if I didn't move, then she would start barking, and then I would jump to let her get under my pillow so she didn't wake my husband up, because he'd have to go to work the next morning. And as I'd move my pillow to let her under, I'd whisper, "You're not the boss of me." Clearly she was. She was the boss of me. I loved her so very much, and it's so hard to go to bed at night without her. Like, I dread nighttime because she slept under my pillow, and I petted her all night long. It's just very hard. It's very difficult. I just bust out crying all throughout the day and night. And I'm just going to be honest. There's been times where I want to go out there and dig her up so I can pet her. And I know that's not sane. I'm not going to do it. But I really want to. So anyway, I know this is a sad video, and I'm sorry for that. But I did want to let y'all know why she wouldn't be in my videos anymore, or why I wasn't mentioning her. I know a lot of you ask about Sophia and comment about her a lot, and I just wanted you to know. And like I said, I hadn't shared this on Facebook because I just can't right now. I just can't. I'm too heartbroken. And I'm not looking for you to say I'm sorry and all that kind of stuff. I know you are. I know that y'all hurt with me. I know you hate that happened for me. So it's just really an information video. And I just wanted to share something about Sophia with y'all. Because I know that y'all have seen her in lots of my videos. And I'm going to miss her. I do miss her. Terribly. Terrible, terrible. So, thank y'all for watching, and the next video will be happy. I won't mention Sophia anymore, because I surely don't want to do that on camera, because I don't want to ugly cry on camera. And there's no way I can talk about her without ugly crying. Honestly. So, thanks for watching. And like I said, the next video will be happy. I promise. And I will see y'all soon. Thank y'all so much.